What's up, cute babies?
Hey guys.
Okay, so today we want to do something a little bit different. We're just going to be chilling from home today because we've actually just got back from shooting JK News from like 8:30 in the morning up until what?
Like 7
almost
at
8
night.
at night. No, 8 at night.
Oh, 8 at night, okay.
Yeah. Now it's 9:20 in the PMs, and we just wanted to just do something cutie for each other. And when we thought about it, we were like, whoa, why don't we film this? So, what the hell am I talking about? Before we had Taika, I want to say the year before we had Taika, Bart and I really looked at each other as individuals and then looked at each other as a couple, and we were like, okay, we got to fix all our issues and I don't know, like all our issues and just anything that we don't like about ourselves, and then we need to discuss, you know, how we want to make our relationship stronger, because we just didn't want to bring Taika into this world and into an environment that had any sort of hostility, or not that we were hostile at all towards each other, but we just didn't want him, we just wanted to give him the best version of myself, the best version of Papa, and the best version of us together as a team, so that he can grow up with really cool role models and stuff. So in saying all that, the CUNY idea was, behind the scenes, we were going to take personality tests, and then we were going to take like compatibility tests, just to be CUNY about things. But as I was looking for the compatibility test, just to be funny, because we're pretty damn compatible, I feel like.
At least we think we are. So I think
we're for sure.
We think we are. We're not validated. We didn't get like a NASA approval. So I think for us, like
my heart approved it.
Yeah, my heart approved it too.
Yeah,
but that's still all subjective.
Approval.
That's all subjective. So we thought it'd be CUNY.
We haven't worked through our problems.
We thought it'd be CUNY if we took like a factual, objective one to see if the data matches how we feel.
In a hot. Okay, so the first one we decided to do is it's a personalities test, and basically I'll take it first, then Papa's gonna take it, and then
we'll see how compatible or how close or how different we are.
Right. So we'll get to learn a lot about each other that way. And the most popular one that everyone does right now is the Myers-Briggs test. And basically it just, you take a test, and there's like 16 personality types, and it's supposedly one of the most accurate ones and one of the most
popular and widely used
ones. I did do another one that I kind of liked a little bit better than the Myers-Briggs. Unfortunately, I can't remember what it's called, but for now, I'll do this one. So, we're going to speed up the time right now, and I'm going to take my... Oh, are we going to speed up the time?
I don't know. I think, well, this is going to take 12 minutes, so maybe we'll get right back to you. She'll take it. I won't look at her answers, and then I'll take it.
I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah, because I don't want it. It's going to influence what I say.
True.
Right?
Okay, so we're going to speed
like,
up.
oh, you like that? I'm like, I think I like that too.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to speed up the video now, and then you'll see me pass it on to Bart, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just finished mine. So what do I do? Should I screenshot this?
Just open another tab.
Oh, okay.
Or do you have another like Explorer or another web browser?
Tab.
Okay.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you
Don't
want to switch?
Peek. No, I just take it right here. Okay.
Now it's Papa's turn.
Oh, I just start right now? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Do you want me to hit see results or not yet?
Yeah.
Do you want to go to yours first and not
Just
hit
see
mine?
results.
Okay.
I like how you ask a question and I answer.
First. I guess I was scared.
Just go, because mine is already on the same page.
Okay, fine. All right. Bam. Just a moment.
And they say girls are indecisive. Jeebus.
Okay.
Okay, so want to put it side by side?
Yeah.
All right, let me do this. I really don't know how to read this, but we'll see what happens.
But it says my personality type is architect.
Wait.
Way
mine looks
different.
funner than yours.
Way more different. So
very different. Damn, should we break up?
I think so.
Okay, hold on, y'all. Should I show them the page?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Okay, here, you could show. Hold on, sorry. Oops.
Alright, so check it out. I'm on the left.
Oh, we'll do it the way we were sitting? It's okay. This is Papa, this is Mama. Oh my lord.
Yep.
Do you agree? I'm an adventurer?
I mean, I don't know what that means, so we have to see what it means.
Architect. Okay, mind. Oh my god, I'm way more introverted than you.
You're way more introverted.
So mind. This trait determines how we interact with our environment.
Yeah.
So Pa Bear is 69% introverted.
Yeah.
And I am 75%.
Not that much, 6% more, I guess.
But you did call it. You did say I was more introverted.
Yeah, you are more introverted than me.
Energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. So you're 63% intuitive. And then I'm 61% observant. What does that mean, though?
Oh.
What does that mean?
I think, so mine is most of my energy, my mental energy comes from,
Yeah.
most of my mental energy comes from inside, within, and I think from yours comes from outside, from observing, and then it gives you your mental energy. And I
Maybe
think
that's why I have my surroundings.
Your visual, yeah.
And my surroundings.
I think that's so true, because you know when we go furniture shopping, like you like to go and then come back and look around and kind of piece it together on the outside, right? Which is very like, for me,
we're so opposite.
I know, but then when we're shopping for furniture,
we're literally the complete opposite.
When we're shopping for furniture, like she wants to go back and forth and check and look at this, look at that, and then you like to put things kind of like
feel in it.
Yeah, feel it. I am at home and I literally go like this, like a panorama picture, and I memorize it, and then I go to the furniture store and I go, I pick that, because it's all already in here. My vision happens in here.
That's tight.
But I think you put your vision together on the outside.
You're 63% intuitive and I'm 61% observant. We're like polar opposites.
No wonder we got into all kinds of arguments and trying to put furniture in this house.
We don't
even work the same.
We're not even compatible, not at all. Oh my god. Okay, this is.
But that explains a lot, because there's so many things where you're like, I'm so visual, and I'm like, you can't just picture it. And you're like, no, I got to see it. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Okay, wait. I'm like reading ahead and not trying to read ahead. Hold up. You can turn it back over here.
Okay.
Does that work? Oh god. How about this? Okay, next one. Here. So we have nature, so this determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. Look.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
We're so opposite. We gotta break up.
Because I'm way more logical, so I think a lot more, and I think you feel a lot more.
But we're fucking opposites, baby.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
So I'm 65% feeling. 65. And you're 51% thinking.
Yeah. Bikini. All right, let's see. Tactics. This trait... Okay.
You can read it.
This trait reflects our approach to work planning and decision making. What in the world? Damn, we're so different.
What's judging and then prospecting?
So I think prospecting is more of an offensive thinker. Like they used to call the 49ers prospectors. Like they go out and like gold rush. I think judging, that's me, where like I'm given my resources and then I kind of figure out the best scenario there.
How come I suck?
No, prospecting's dope. Prospecting, you're going out and adventuring and just trying it, like a more of a fuck it. For me, I think I'm more limited by my resources. Okay, well, like for example, like if we're both in the gold rush days, I think you would be like,
we gotta go.
I'm gonna go check that river. I think there might be gold there. Let's go pan for gold.
Yeah, that's me.
And I think for me, I'm like, okay, so if there's a bunch of dudes here that are panning for gold, they might get thirsty. Maybe I'll start a fresh water stand.
That's actually really cool though. This one, our tactics is pretty dope. Cause now this is really dope teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause, or maybe not, cause I'm gonna be like, let's go get gold. And you're gonna be like, no, there's too many guys of them. I'm like, who fucking cares? Let's just go. And you're gonna be like, well, wait a minute.
That's crazy, because I thought I would be a prospector, because I'm always the one that's trying to go out and do something crazy.
I'm 78. Dude, we're like, you're 79 judge, and I'm 78 prospecting.
Yeah, I'm so judgmental.
I told you. Just kidding. Okay, the last one is identity. So this trait underpins all...
Underpins.
What does underpins even means?
Underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. So this one supersedes everything else. It's more important than everything else.
Oh, why are we so opposite?
Assertive and turbulent? What's the difference? Assertive and turbulent.
I think because I'm so turbulent, meaning like It's just kind of...
It could be anything.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, anything can go.
What does assertive mean? Or I know what it means.
So if I had to infer it, then if turbulent means like you can go this way, you can go that way, I'm cool with whatever. Then assertive means I'm pretty stuck to what I want, and I'm probably gonna stick to it.
Yeah, I'm not really like that. Mine is very situational.
Yeah, you
like
are.
Like if I need to meet someone, depending on the situation, I can either be like, no, I don't want to, or I can be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go meet this person. Yeah.
Yeah, because some of the sample questions.
No wonder you think I'm so inconsistent.
Yeah, because some of the sample question I asked it was like,
there's reading.
Like, do you make all your decisions before you do the actions? And mine's yes. I'm like, yeah, everything's calculated, and I know what I'm gonna do before I do it.
Oh no,
but then
mine is not.
You probably went like, oh, I fill it out or do whatever, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this is what it says now. So this is the reading portion of it. So your personality type, for those of you guys wondering,
INTJA or INTJT.
And then what's the difference?
And then you're a adventurer. ISFPA. But didn't Joe take this before? And he said he was also like I think it was closer to you or something, right? Adventurer?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Let me go back. You're an assertive architect, so you're a little bit different versus a turbulent architect. Okay. Well, let's see. Let me go back. Whoops. Let me go to the reading here. So this is what it says about you, baby.
Okay.
So your introduction. Thought constitutes the greatness of man. Man is a reed, the feeblest thing in nature, but he is a thinking reed.
Okay.
I don't know.
I am a thinking person.
Blaise Pascal. What does that mean?
I think that's just the philosopher that they quoted.
You're one of the rarest personality types.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says it could be lonely at the top. Being one of the rarest personality types and being among the most compatible people.
Most capable people.
Most capable people. Architects know this all too well. Oh, that's how we get along. Because of me.
Really?
Yeah. So you're a really rare personality type.
Yeah.
But someone like me.
You're not reading at all right now.
Okay,
it says architects know this all too well.
Oh, fine. I'm sorry.
Big kidney.
I'm sorry. I'm getting excited.
Okay.
You want to read it? Because I think I'm just getting excited.
Fine.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay, you hold it.
Okay, I got it.
So it says architects. It could be lonely at the top, being one of the rarest personality types and being among the most capable people. Architects know this all too well. They make up just 2% of the population, and women with this personality type are especially rare, forming only 0.8%. It can be difficult for architects to find people who can keep up with their non-stop analysis of things. That's what you say all the time. You say overanalyze. But to me, I'm like, that's just me being normal. But she's like, you're so fucking logical, always trying to problem solve. And I'm like, I'm really not trying to problem solve, I promise. People with this personality type are imaginative yet decisive. Very true. Because I can remember, where were we at? we were at our landscapers. Remember? And I was like, I don't even need to go home. I can make decisions right here and right then and there. And I can make decisions on what I want to do with the pool immediately. Ambitious yet like their privacy. I love my privacy. Curious about everything, but remain focused.
So
That's
true.
On the dot about me. Holy shit.
Okay, so you want to keep going to yours? Or you want to go to mine?
We'll go,
oh, mine is a Bob Dylan quote.
So this is Gio's.
This is just a quote.
I change during the course of a day.
Yep.
I wake and I'm one person. When I go to sleep, I know for certain I'm somebody else.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay. So adventure personalities are true artists, but not necessarily in the typical sense where they're out painting happy little trees. Often enough, though, they are perfectly capable of this. Rather, is that they use aesthetics, design, and even their choices and actions to push the limits of social convention. That's so true, even the way you dress. Adventurers enjoy upsetting traditional expectations with experiments and beauty and behavior. So experimental. Chances are they express more than once the phrase, "Don't box me in."
Fuck yeah.
I feel like you've said that, like, literally, like, don't control me. Not to me, but just, like, I don't like to be...
Okay, let's go back to yours.
The right attitude for meeting goals. That's mine.
Wow, yours is so you.
Is it? That's skinny.
Yeah.
Okay. With a natural thirst for knowledge that shows itself early in life, other kids at school often call architects bookworms. While their peers might intend to insult them, those with this personality type likely identify with the label. Throughout their lives, are proud of how much they know, and architects enjoy sharing the knowledge they gain. They're confident in their mastery of the chosen subjects. They're serious and prefer to design and carry out effective plans rather than waste their time with foolish distractions like that. That's so me. Even on JK News, a lot of the times, like, since I see things so, like, I'm like, why are people so distracted by the feelings and emotions of this? Like, obviously, this is this.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Crazy. Architects accept and work with inconsistencies that make perfect sense to them, at least from a purely rational standpoint. For example, architects can be both the most positive dreamers and the bitterest pessimists at the same time. Very true.
I don't know if you're very pessimist, though. You're actually very positive. Or maybe internally
I think I'm very positive, but I think there are times where I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, like it's like the worst case scenario. But that's rare.
I don't ever feel that from you.
Okay.
I think you're pretty freaking positive.
Fine. On the positive side, these personalities believe nothing is impossible with enough effort. True. Intellect and thought. But there is usually another side to most beliefs. On the negative side, they might also believe that people are usually too lazy, unimaginative, or selfish to reach hard goals.
It's not an Asian thing.
That's so true. Well,
it's not an Asian upbringing. It's literally your personality.
Yeah, and the negative thing is how I feel about other people.
Yes.
So I'm very positive with myself, but with other people, I'm like, yeah, you guys are either too lazy or you're not going to.
Yeah, you believe that people are usually too lazy.
Yeah, that's so true. But this idea won't put them off chasing their own.
No.
That's so true.
Okay, this one.
Happy to be who they are. That's my bear. Adventurers live in a colorful, sensual world inspired by connections with people and ideas. These personalities take joy in reinterpreting these connections, reinventing and experimenting with both themselves and new perspectives. No other type explores and experiments in this way more. This creates a sense of spontaneity, making adventures seem unpredictable. Yeah, very true. Even to their close friends and loved ones. Half the time she tells me, I'm like, you're contradicting exactly what you're saying, but I'm sure.
How fucked up is this though? Because this is just me trying to explore and do everything.
Yeah.
But then because you're so set and you're the architect.
Yeah.
And you're judging and trying to take everything in, that like, of course I'm inconsistent for you.
Yeah. Because even when we're like designing like just the rooms in the house, a lot of the times it'd be like, for me, I'm like, okay, what's the anchor point? Are we going to start with a color theme? Is it going to be the couch? We build around the couch? Or are we going to start with the function of the room?
And then I'll answer what I say to that. And then for me, I'm like, well, what's the vibe that we want in here? What's the energy? So I don't give a fuck about the anchor point. For me, I'm like, how do you want to feel in this space?
Or you'll also say, it could be all of that. And I'm like, huh? Can you just pick one? Can you just please just pick one so I know how to like, because I have to go A through Z. Before it's like, well, let's start with J first, and then we'll swing it around, and then if that doesn't work, we'll go with the W. And I'm like, you're driving me crazy.
Because it's always fun. Okay.
Despite all this, adventurers are definitely introverts. What? Surprising their friends further when they step out of the spotlight to be by themselves to recharge. Just because they are alone, though, doesn't mean people with the adventure or personality type sit idle. They take this time for introspection. You do introspect a lot.
I do.
Assessing their principles rather than dwelling on the past or the future.
That's so mean.
Adventurers think about who they are. They return from the cloister transformed.
That's me all the time. We literally had this conversation 2 days ago where I'm constantly like sitting in my thoughts and going like, what can I change? What can I do? That's crazy.
Cool. And the next part for
and thank God, are you guys like learning so much? Please take this test. I'll put the link somewhere.
It's 16personalities.com. Not a brand deal.
Yeah, not a brand deal at all. But I'm so happy we're doing this. My part's not done.
Yeah. Adventurers live to find ways to push their passions. Riskier behaviors like gambling and extreme sports are more common with this personality type than others. You don't do either. Fortunately, their attunement to the moment and their environment allows them to do better than most. Nice. Oh. Adventurers also enjoy connecting with others and have a certain irresistible charm. We do have irresistible charm.
Just because you love me. Oh my God, there's still more.
Adventurers always know.
No, it's okay. That's
just know. Wait, let me see. Adventurers always know just the compliment to soften the heart that's getting ready to call their risks irresponsible or reckless. However, if a criticism does go through, it can end poorly. Some adventurers can handle kindly phrased commentary, valuing it as another perspective to help push their passions in new directions. But if the comments are if the comments are more biting and less mature, adventure personalities can lose their tempers in spectacular fashion. Adventurers are sensitive to others' feelings and value harmony. You do value harmony. When faced with criticism, it can be a challenge for people with this type to step away from the moment long enough to not get caught up in the heat of the moment. You always get caught up. But living in the moment but living in the moment goes both ways, and once the heightened emotions of an argument cool, adventurers can usually call the past and move on as though it never occurred. Wow.
Okay, back to you, baby.
Okay. Standing on logic and principle, that's me. Architects are self-confident and have an aura of mystery. Do I seem mysterious?
Fuck yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yep.
Using their insights and logic. Sexy. Okay. Yeah, fuck you. Using their insights and logic, they push innovation through by sheer willpower.
Yep.
It may seem that architects constantly deconstruct and rebuild every idea and system they encounter. They typically apply a sense of perfectionism and even morality to all their work. Anyone who can't keep up with architects' processes or doesn't see the point of them is likely to lose their respect. So fucking true. The independent architects remain free from the expectations of others. This allows them to pursue their own interesting and fair. That's so true. Maybe that's why I don't understand why people are held down by other people's judgments and opinions. Architect personality types dislike rules, restrictions, and traditions. So true. For them, everything should be subject to question and reviews, which to me is everything's fuck time. Where they can. Architects often act alone, and their approaches are usually innovative and unique.
Yep.
They may not wait for others to catch up to them.
Absolutely.
Because of this.
And he calls this fast thinker. He's like, I just come up with the stuff and it's just really so fast in my head. Sometimes I don't even include you in it, or sometimes like if I don't tell you right then and there, I'm gonna lose a thought because I'm thinking so many things so quickly. And I'm like, whoa. How did we end up together?
I don't know. Because of this.
This is more magic, dude. I feel like because we're so like this.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes us even more magical. Anyway.
It's candy.
It is.
Because of this, they're sometimes not as sensitive as they could be to the thoughts, desires, and plans. Oh, that's something I have to work on. That's so true. But they aren't impulsive. I don't think I'm impulsive at all. Architects will strive to remain rational no matter how attractive and easy but ill-considered route might be. Every idea must pass the strict and ever-present, does this make sense? And is this going to work filter? They apply the filters to all things and all people, and this is sometimes where architect personalities run into trouble. Very true.
Ouchie. Okay, so mine is this one.
This is Modbears. Meaning is in every expression of life. The biggest challenge facing adventurers is planning for the future. Finding constructive ideals to base their goals on and working out goals and create positive principles is no small task. Adventurers don't plan their futures in terms of assets and retirement. Rather, they plan actions and behaviors as contributions to a sense of identity, building a portfolio of experiences, not stocks.
Absolutely.
Very true. Very, very true.
That's why I have you in my life. That's why I have a bunch of other shit.
If these goals and principles are noble, adventurers can act with amazing charity and selflessness. But it can also happen that people with the adventurer personality type establish a more self-centered identity, acting with selfishness, manipulation, and egoism. It's important for adventurers to remember to actively become the person they want to be. Developing and maintaining a new habit may not come naturally, but taking the time each day to understand their motivations allows adventurers to use their strengths to pursue whatever they come to love. That's cute.
Are we going? Oh yeah, okay. This is your last side.
Okay. This is me. Traveling alone and accomplishing much. Architects are confident in the subjects they take time to understand, but unfortunately, they are unlikely to bother with topics that involve social skills. So true. Yeah.
That's so cute.
White lies and small talk, even when useful, are hard for a personality type that needs truth and depth. That's why I'm always saying things that get me in trouble, because I don't even understand what a white lie is. I mean, I understand it, but I don't...
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would you white lie if you could tell the truth?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Ironically, it is often best for architects to remain where they're comfortable, out of the spotlight. Fuck, I'm in the spotlight. I'm in the wrong place. They have natural confidence there. If they stay within their element and do what they do best, they are likely to draw people to them, both professionally and even romantically. They are fine on their own, and reaching out is often optional. That's so true. I could live by myself.
Really?
No, not after you, though.
Thank you.
I need my Ventura. Architects move through life as though it were a giant chessboard. So true. They move their pieces about the board intelligently. This personality type always looks for new tactics, strategies, and contingency plans. They constantly outsmart their peers as they maintain control, all the while making the most of their independent style of thinking. This chess metaphor for their strategic style isn't meant to suggest that architects act coldly and without conscience. But architects like to win and dislike acting solely on emotions.
So opposite. So
and this can make it seem that way to other types who don't understand them well. This may explain why many fictional villains are modeled on this personality type.
Wow, that's a good thing. If you're writing a movie, you can go this. That'd be good. This is good practice. I'm saying when you're creating a character.
Yeah.
Like going with these personality types.
That's true, because most good villains, they have their vision. They have their vision, and like Magneto. He's like, I've been fucked with. Mutants are the best. Why do we have to subject to human control? I think mutants should take over all humanity, and then they just stuck to that.
Yeah.
But architects are as likely as anyone else to act from integrity or more, if to do so makes clear sense.
Wowers. Do you want to read strengths and weaknesses?
Sure. Oh, architects. So the philosopher.
Oh my God.
Christopher Nolan.
Elon Musk.
Christopher Nolan.
Michelle Obama.
Elon Musk. Michelle Obama and Friedrich Nietzsche are all architects. What about
I think
adventurers?
it's Friedrich Nietzsche.
Is that Nietzsche?
I think it's Nietzsche.
Okay, maybe.
What?
What about yours?
mine?
Adventures. Who are other
Frida
adventurers?
Kahlo.
Lana Del Rey.
Avril Lavigne.
Kevin Costner. And Avril Lavigne. That's pretty cool.
Who cares about Avril Lavigne? Okay. Lana Del Rey is pretty dope. Strengths and weaknesses. Let me see. Wow, this is so interesting. Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Oh, you want me to read?
Okay. Yeah, you read.
Okay, so adventure strengths. It says charming. People with the adventure personality type are relaxed and warm, and their live and let live attitude naturally makes them likable and popular.
I do think you're pretty popular. People like you.
Sensitive to others. Adventurers easily relate to others' emotions, helping them to establish harmony and goodwill and minimize conflict. I don't know. Imaginative. Being so aware of others' emotions, adventurous personalities use creativity and insight to craft bold ideas that speak to people's hearts. While it's hard to explain this quality on a resume, this vivid imagination and exploratory spirit help adventurers in unexpected ways.
Yeah, it's like a hey bitch. The podcast like really helping a lot of people.
Oh, thank you,
think
baby.
just imagined it.
Thanks. Passionate. Beneath adventure's quiet shyness beats an intensely feeling heart. When people with this personality type are caught up in something exciting and interesting, they can leave everything else in the dust.
It's very true. You're not good at juggling everything.
Curious. Ideas are well and good, but adventurers need to see and explore for themselves whether their ideas ring true. Work revolving around the sciences may seem a poor match for their traits,
Very true.
but a boldly artistic and humanistic vision is often exactly where research needs to move forward. If adventurers are given the freedom, they need to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Artistic.
Very good at artistic and humanistic.
Thank you. Adventurers are able to show their creativity in tangible ways and with stunning beauty, whether writing a song, painting an emotion, or presenting a statistic in a graph. Adventurers have, I do very pretty graphs. Adventurers have a way of visualizing things that resonates with others, with their audience.
You make really good spreadsheets.
Thank you, baby. Okay, strengths and weaknesses for the architect. So what I just read from mine were strengths. These are architect strengths. Ooh, yours are nice. Quick, imaginative, and strategic mind. Architects pride themselves on their minds. He really does. And they take every chance they can to improve their knowledge. True. This shows in the strengths and flexibility of the strategic thinking. Highly curious and always up for an intellectual challenge, architects see things from many different angles. Architect personalities use their creativity to plan for unforeseen possibilities.
It's pretty true.
High self-confidence. So true. Architects trust their rationalism above all else. So when they decide something, they have no reason to doubt their decisions or insight. This creates an honest, direct style of communication that isn't held back.
It'd be too direct.
Held back by what others expect of them. When architects are right, they're right. Nothing will change that fact, whether it's a person, a process, or themselves whose course needs to be corrected. They'll hold their ground and have it no other way. Independent and decisive. This creativity, logic, and confidence form individuals who stand on their own and take responsibility for their actions. Authority figures don't impress architects, and neither do social conversations.
Conventions.
Oh, conventions.
That's true.
And no matter how popular something is, if they have a better idea, architects stand against anyone they must to promote their plan. Either an idea is rational or it's wrong. And they're happy to apply that standard to themselves.
I do apply anything to others. I apply to myself.
Hardworking and determined. Man, yours are awesome. I want all of yours.
Why?
Because they're just the opposite of me.
But it's boring though to you, isn't it? Don't you like, oh, boring. You're so logical. You're a robot.
No, I don't say it's boring.
Oh, fine.
It's just when like we're trying to discuss feelings and relationship, you're just very like set in your way.
I know.
Hardworking and determined. If something grabs their interest, architect personalities can be very dedicated to their work. They often put in long hours and intense effort. Architects are efficient, and if tasks lead to meeting a clear and relevant goal, they strive to accomplish those tasks. Open-minded. Architects are open to new ideas as long as they're argued well.
And now you know I have to argue all the time. I gotta really hear and explore every single angle. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. People with this personality type are even, maybe especially, open to ideas that go against their own if the thinking is sound.
Yeah, I'm not stubborn.
That's true. They often apply their openness and independence when thinking about matters like alternative lifestyles. Mix this with their dislike for rules and traditions, and it's easy to see how architects might lean toward more tolerant social views.
I'm pretty tolerant.
Jacks of all trade. So fucking true. There's like nothing that you're not good at. Because architects' open-mindedness, willpower, independence, confidence, and planning abilities. Goddamn, you're like fucking Superman. What the shit? Because architects' open-mindedness, willpower, independence, confidence, and planning abilities, they are capable of doing anything they set their minds to accomplish. Skilled at hacking anything life throws their way, architects are able to break down and learn from almost any system. They then use the ideas... Because it's just like the intro to that was like openness, willpower, independence, confidence, and the ability to plan. Anyway, they then use the ideas found there wherever they're needed. Architects tend to have their pick of the jobs, from IT system designers to political organizers. Okay, so now we're going to our weaknesses.
You want me to read it? Yeah. So Monber's weakness for adventurer is fiercely independent. Freedom of expression is often adventurer's top priority. Anything that interferes with that, like traditions and hard rules, creates a sense of oppression for adventurer personalities. This can make more rigidly structured academics and work a challenge. Mm-hmm. Unpredictable. Adventurers dislike long-term commitments and plans. The tendency to actively avoid planning for the future can cause strain in adventurers' romantic relationships and financial hardship later in life.
Ay.
Easily stressed. Oh, yeah. Adventurers live in the present, full of emotion. When situations get out of control, people with this personality type, especially turbulent ones, can shut down, losing their characteristic charm and creativity in favor of gnashing teeth. Oh, shit. So true. Overly competitive. Adventurers can escalate small things into intense competitions, turning down long-term success in their search for glory in the moment, and are unhappy when they lose. That, I don't know. Fluctuating self-esteem. It's demanded that skills be quantified, but it's hard to do with adventurers' strengths of sensitivity and artistry. Adventurers' efforts are often dismissed, a hurtful and damaging blow, especially early in life. That sucks. Adventurers can start to believe the naysayers without strong support. You probably should feel like your self-esteem goes up and down.
Only if it's with people that I actually respect. Okay, yours. Architect weaknesses.
So mine, arrogant. Architect personalities can carry their confidence too far. They may falsely believe that they fixed all the issues of a matter. They might then call it a day, rejecting the opposing opinions of those they believe to be intellectually inferior. With their disrespect for social standards, architects can be insensitive when offering their opinions if they aren't mindful of their attitude and less developed social skills. It's very true. Judgmental. Architects have complete confidence in their thought processes because rational arguments are almost by definition correct, at least in theory. In practice, emotional considerations in history are hugely influential. A weak point for people with the architect personality type is that they brand these factors and those who embrace them as illogical. They often dismiss them as people who think in an inferior way. This can make it all but impossible for others to be heard. Very fucking true, and I'm really working on that. I gotta listen for emotion more. Overly analytical. A repeated theme when discussing the strengths of architects is their analytical skills, but this strength can fail them when logic isn't the most important factor. Relationships in all their complexities often resist neat explanations. Architects may be highly critical and sometimes reach a high level of picky thoroughness. This is even more often the case with the turbulent architects when dealing with others. At that point, most people, with the exception of extremely loyal and understanding friends, are likely to flee and sometimes to not be seen again.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Loathe highly structured environments. Architects hate blindly following anything without understanding why. They have a greater dislike for authority figures who go around forcing others to obey laws and rules without understanding the purpose of the standards themselves. Architects are likely not to get along with anyone who prefers how things have always been. However, by not going along with these standards, even when doing so might not be a big deal. Architects can make their lives harder than they need to be.
You know what phrase you really hate?
What?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Really?
That's what you said.
That's true. I'm like... Clueless in romance. Oh my god, this is so true. This is truer than anything else in the world. This resentment towards rules and their tendency to overanalyze and judge, even to the point of arrogance, adds up to a personality type often clueless in dating. Having a new relationship last long enough for architects to understand what is going on and how to behave is difficult. Trying harder in the ways that architects are used to can only make things worse, and unfortunately, it's common for them to simply give up the search for love. Aww. Ironically, this more relaxed state is when they're at their best, and then are they most likely to attract that special someone without any effort. Damn.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Do you want to keep going?
Yes, this is the most important one.
Okay.
Romantic relationship, and I think we're done after this.
Okay.
I don't think I care about anything else.
Okay. You want to go?
Yes.
Say yours.
Romantic relationships.
For the adventure.
And you tell me if it's right or not. Okay? Adventures are quite mysterious and difficult to get to know.
Yep, because it's inconsistent all the time. Keep going.
You making jokes?
No.
So is it true or not?
It is kind of hard to get to know sometimes.
Fine.
Because you're unpredictable to me.
Fine. While very emotional individuals, they guard this sensitive core carefully, preferring to listen than to express. People with the adventurer personality type focus instead on their partners, with little interest in dictating the mood of a situation with their own feelings.
It's very true. I know you can prioritize me all the time. It's okay.
While this can sometimes be frustrating, if they are accepted for who they are, adventurers prove to be warm, enthusiastic partners.
That's true. When I create a good environment for you, you're so cutie.
As the relationships grow, adventurers' partners come to find vibrancy and spontaneity to be par for the course. Adventurers may not be great long-term planners, preferring to let their partners take the lead when it comes to logic and strategy. Perfect for you. But they almost never run out of things to do in their present. Also caring and loyal, adventurers love finding ways to surprise their partners in fun little ways.
That's true. You always send me cutie pictures.
There's also a sense of practicality to adventurers' unpredictability. See? If anyone is going to cancel a planned trip to stay home with a partner who suddenly got the flu as a gesture of affection, is adventurers' personality.
Very true.
Yep. Spending time with their partner is something adventurers really enjoy. I literally just told Bart this today. And they want their partners to know that they are cared for and special.
That's very true.
Okay, now romantic relationship for the papas.
In romance, people with architect personality type approach things the way they do most situations. They create a well-designed plan with precise expectations and the right end goal. Here, the goal is a healthy long-term relationship. They really fall head over heels in love in a way that involves spontaneous passion and romance. I do fall head over heels.
Not spontaneous, passionate romance.
Fine. Architects find potential partners who meet certain established criteria, breaking the dating process down into measurable steps, then complete the plan.
Yes, that's literally
I know,
you.
That's so true.
That's literally you.
And
You're like, when I saw you interact with your nephews, I knew you were going to be a great mom. Because that's the goal. You wanted to...
I know. People with the architect personality type are intellectual, always develop...
Wait, what's this? You already read this?
No. In a purely rational world, this would be foolproof. However, it ignores important factors that architects are likely to easily dismiss, such as human nature. That's so true.
You're a human, baby.
I know.
I sometimes call him a robot.
People with the architect personality type are intellectual, always developing a world in their heads that is more perfect in reality. So fucking true. Other people entering their worlds need to fit in this fantasy in some way, even if only by agreeing with their concepts. It can be incredibly difficult for architects to find someone up to the task. Finding a compatible partner is the most significant challenge the majority of architects will face in life.
I must be a fucking stud.
Damn, you know Elon Musk had 5 divorces? He just couldn't find the right one. Am I going to end up like him?
What the fuck? I'm sitting right here, you know?
Well, I'm asking you for this.
No, be quiet. Okay, so... this is going back to mine. It says, knowing you are loved, you can do anything. I've literally told you that so many times.
So
it's important for their partners to make it clear that this love that this love and attention is valued. Adventurers would never ask for such thanks, but it can really hurt their feelings if they don't hear it. Such expressions don't have to be verbal. Adventurers believe in actions, not words. Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
No, you also like words too.
I would. Every time you go, I'm sorry, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Anyway, but it's crucial that they know their feelings are shared. On the other side of the spectrum, there are few types more vulnerable to criticism and conflict, and it's necessary to provide a certain level of emotional support. If they do feel appreciated, adventurers are more than happy to reciprocate it in any way they know how.
So true.
People with the adventurer personality types are very sensual, and in no aspect of their lives is this clearer than in their sex lives. Ooh, intimacy is an opportunity for adventurers to satisfy their partners, and they involve every sense available in enjoying these moments. Adventurers may be shy in public. Oh fuck! It says I'm a lady on the streets, but a freak dates. Anyway, adventurers may be shy in public, but alone with the partner they trust, the masks come off.
Oh yeah,
I wear mini masks, and few people get to see this side. Oh yeah, and it's always a pleasant surprise.
So true.
Damn, vlog. Okay, yours.
Direct and honest over social rights. Sentiment, tradition, and emotion are architects' weaknesses. And social gestures that seem not to have a clear purpose are often viewed by architects as silly, even insulting. Very true. The problem is that common ritualistic dating practices grew over time to make introductions between potential partners easier. They help couples gradually develop a connection. Architects' liking for directness and honesty in both word and deed often go against unspoken social agreements and niceties. This can make dating difficult for them.
Damn, vlog.
As they mature, architects often come to see romantic rituals as important, but until they do, it can be risky, especially for turbulent architects. If they are shot down too many times when younger, they may decide that everyone else is too irrational or beneath them intellectually. If cynicism takes hold, architect personalities may begin to show off their intellectual superiority as they place themselves above such silliness. Being alone then becomes their unintentional choice, a kind of surrender to life without love.
Wow. Okay.
Hey.
Wowie. Well, you're not a turbulent architect. At least not yet. Okay, so mine says love from the soul. Feelings and emotions underpin every aspect of adventurers' relationships alongside not just a tendency towards, but a need for fresh possibilities. Yes. Adventure personalities are not to be forced into anything.
True.
And rushing long-term commitments is a sure way to scare them off. If adventurers can't feel excited in wondering what's next every morning, they may find themselves wondering, what's the point? Still, developing some skill with planning can be a healthy area of growth for adventurers. Learning to be a little more comfortable with voicing their feelings and communicating more clearly is something their partners can also help with.
Yeah, please communicate more clearly, please.
Okay. In any case, sharing the observant S trait usually smooths out to more challenging aspects of a mutual understanding, and relationships with people who have the extroverted E and the judging J traits helps adventurers to learn and grow in real attainable ways. Do you have any of those?
I have the J. I have the J, but I don't have the E. I'm introverted just like you.
Okay, your last one is always cool. Oh no, truth and morality. God damn. Yours keeps going, baby. Okay, always cool.
We're almost done though, thank you. Always cool. The positive side of architects giving up is that they are most attractive when they aren't trying to be attractive. They are most appealing when they're doing what they do best. Generally, that means working in a familiar environment where their confidence and intelligence can shine. Allowing others to come to them is often architects' best strategy.
That's literally how we got together.
Then if they believe a relationship has potential, they will spare no effort in developing and maintaining stability and long-term satisfaction. Once a relationship begins, an architect's significant other will find an imaginative and enthusiastic companion. Architects typically give a huge amount of freedom to the people they love. That's CUNY. They're usually trusting partners. People with the architect personality type may never be comfortable sharing their feelings. Aww. And they may spend more time thinking about love than expressing it. That's so true. I have all the love in here. But using their strategic thinking, they usually figure out how to make a situation work for everyone, including the act of falling in love. Architects seek strong, deep relationships and trust their knowledge and logic to ensure their partner is satisfied, both intellectually and physically. But when it comes to emotional satisfaction, architects are often out of their element. So true. Not every partner likes addressing conflicts and emotional needs as cold puzzles to be analyzed and solved. As
literally.
Do. I know, I'm so sorry.
Literally.
Sometimes emotions need to be expressed for their own sake, and putting every outburst under the microscope, I do that all the time, as architects are prone to do, isn't always helpful. If outbursts become a habit needing constant attention, or architects think they may, these personalities can simply end the relationship. They'll see this as more rational than dragging things out to their exhausting conclusion. Truth and morality. Architects are deep and intelligent people, bringing stability and insight into the romantic relationships. They prize honest communication, and everything in a relationship is open to discussion and change. So true. But this must be returned by their partners. Architects do what they think is right regardless of feelings, and sometimes that comes across as cold. It's important for their partners to know that architects don't make these decisions lightly. They spend tremendous time and energy trying to understand why and how things go wrong, and they hurt deeply when these fall apart. That's so true. Like, we didn't eat our meal preps together. This is especially true if they take the difficult risk of committing themselves deeply. Their challenge is finding partners who share those same values. While intuitive and personality types are uncommon, they may be a must for many architects. Sharing this trait creates an immediate sense of mutual belonging. Having one or two balancing personality traits, such as extroversion, which you don't have, feeling, which you do have, or prospecting, which you also do have, can also help a relationship dynamic and growth-oriented. They challenge architects to remain involved with other people, get in touch with their emotions, and stay open to things they're not used to.
No wonder we work.
That's
Wait,
kidding.
which one's the one that works with me?
We're so opposite, but they say we need these to balance each other out, which is pretty cool.
So yours is...
So I have the judging.
That's it.
I guess I just had the judging.
Wow, this is nuts. This is nuts. Well, damn, what did you learn?
I learned a lot. I learned, I think, like, being able to hear this and kind of hear how you are and understand that you know, things have to change all the time, and then you gotta, you're observant, like, you gotta work with things on the outside. It helps me understand you more, and so I'll try not to kind of force you to think the way that I think, because that's just the way that I understand the world.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we took this, because I think I communicate with you better.
Yeah, well... I think yours is like, I feel like you already know what I don't feel like I have to stress so much of what I'm thinking too much, more so stressing how I feel about things is what's going to help you better. Yeah. But it's crazy because, like, as opposite as we are, we balance each other pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Based on these things, because I'm so free-spirited and emotional, and, like, let's go with the flow, and you're so structured. And, like, the thing that helps too is that you don't like that you like to think outside the box as well. That really does help, and it complements my side of it, because I'm just so all over the place that you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna draw this box so that you're safe, and then you can go all over the place within this thing. And I'm like, cool, but is the box big enough? Because if it's not big, I'm not gonna like it. And you're like, fine, here, I thought about it, and this is still safe, we can still do this. And I'm like, yay, let's go crazy. This crazy. God, but do we work? Come on, 16 personalities. Are we gonna make it? No, I'm just kidding.
I think only if you listen to me, Will.
Hey.
Just kidding.
No, if I listen to you, then I become you, and then you're gonna end up alone and completely cynical.
I know. You gotta be a wild exploring person.
To. Yeah, I need to challenge you.
I know. That's so true. I was just telling her the other day, I was like, you know how you keep buying more and more shoes? And so she has a ton of shoes to express herself, and I'm like, I honestly think I'm getting more and more narrow. I kind of just want like one pair of shoes. I think I could turn into Steve Jobs, to be honest. Just have one thing I wear all day long, and I think that'll make me really happy.
I don't buy any more shoes.
Oh.
But yeah, this was definitely what.
It sounded like you took it personally.
Oh,
like,
no.
I'm shoes, motherfucker.
No,
Anyways, back to the video.
No, I just want to conclude the video.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, guys, this was definitely insightful and super eye-opening. Even though I at least had these hunches about Bart and myself, because I'm always talking about emotion and this and that. I'm always talking about, like, just listen to me. Don't analyze everything. Just feel it.
But now you know I'm not. My brain can't even work any other way.
Well, I knew that. But this just further confirms and validates what I thought I knew, right? Because I'm not so confident as you. So I'm like going back and forth, and I'm just in my own head going like, okay, well, what is it that I did, and what is it that I can do to be better?
Yeah.
This is cool. Like, I don't feel as crazy because I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I get it right? Like, let me try to fix it. So it's good to hear things about myself that I feel really connected to, and it's cool to hear things about Bart that I had hunches about, but now that he's confirming, that further validates it for me. So it helps me understand him better, love him better, and love myself better in the whole process. So yeah, I think even if you're not in a relationship, I think you should do this, definitely. And I
just
think
to understand yourself too.
And I think you should do this like maybe every 10 years, maybe even every 5 years or something.
Might change, huh?
Yeah, or maybe every year. I don't know, because I remember doing it before, and I don't remember it being the
adventure.
The adventure. Yeah, or maybe this was just a really cool site that like puts it into perspective.
I think mine was INTJ something before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Mine's always been like kind of like that.
Yes, if you want to take it, again, this is not sponsored in any sort of way. I just randomly looked for compatibility tests. This one came up, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I want to understand my personality type better. It's www.16personalities.com. And if you guys like this video, let us know. Let us know if you guys want to see more like stationary at home, either challenges or just fun little quizzes that we do as a couple to learn more about each other. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope we're able to help your relationship while we're working on ourselves and ours. And have a beautiful morning or afternoon or night, and see you guys tomorrow.
All right.